Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon or good evening depending on when and where you're watching this, and welcome back to the GrianaigCreations podcast channel. My name is Kirsty, my pronouns are they, them, and I'm coming to you from a chilly, slightly, the sun wants to come out but it hasn't been very successful. It is nearly pretty much fully overcast. All that to say, Paisley in Scotland. This is the knitting portion of my YouTube channel, and this is the knitting segment for November. I have one finished object to show off and at least 4 projects. I say that because I don't think I've put any movement or any progress on the sock that I've been working on, so I'll show it, but I don't think I've done anything on it the last couple of weeks. So yeah, we'll see. But I have one finished object, and it's not what I'm wearing because technically I showed this off in the crochet one, but if anyone is curious, this is partially knitted, partially crocheted. This is the hexagon cardigan. There's a lot of ends still to be woven in, but we're going to ignore that. We're just going to wear it because it's nice and cozy. But the finished object I wanted to show off was my carved pullover. So if I grab, that's a close-up of my forehead and ear you guys did not need. If I grab my iPad, don't know why it's in sleep mode. I've been up for hours. So, the carved pullover is by Emily Harvey, and this is the image on their pattern. And for them, I've noticed that the lace section seems to be a lot higher up on the chest, and mine seems to be kind of like in line with my boobs, and I don't know how I feel about that, but it is finished. I set myself the goal of having this done and off the needles by Halloween, and I did. I was hoping, or I'd spoke that I would like to have it finished for wearing on my anniversary lunch with Scott, because that is us now at 1 year married, which is insane how time has flown by. And I had it finished for the lunch, but I didn't wear it. I wore my other knitted cardigan, the hooded shawl cardigan. So this yarn is Kartupu wool, which is, I found a ball band earlier, 51% acrylic and 49% wool. It is made in Turkey. It is, you can tell there is wool content in there, and it is not the likes of merino wool. It just says wool, it doesn't say what kind, but it's definitely not a very, very, very soft yarn. But it is a great sweater nonetheless. I have not blocked it, and to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to block it. I like it how it is just now, and I don't want to change anything about that. I don't want to risk making it slightly bigger. And Oogie found her toy. She was sleeping up until like 2 minutes ago. So yeah, it's finished. I modified mine a little. Oogie, take your toy somewhere else. Come on, go play somewhere else. Actually, you know what? I'm going to hide the toy. We'll play after I'm done recording. I modified mine just a little bit. I added some short rows to the back so that you can see that the front is lower than the back. If I get the shoulder bits, shoulder raglan sections together, you'll see properly where she's creeping into the side. She's trying to get her toy. So you can see that the back is higher up than the front. And that was something I decided to do after feedback from other people watching their podcasts. Specifically, I think I remember Teresa of 33rd Street Knits mentioning the fact that it didn't have any sort of short row shaping for the back. Hello. Please don't chew my knit needles again. She found my knit needles on Saturday night and she'd pulled 2 or 3 of them out and she chewed one of the cables. Of course, she picked the most expensive one. She picked my Chiaogus and she chewed the cable. Come on, I'm recording. Get your cuteness. See, her tail. Come on. We'll play afterwards. I promise. Come on. But yeah, decided to put that short row shaping in after watching multiple people mention it on their podcast that they wish they had short row shaping. And I went on to Ravelry and went through some of the projects that were already on the pattern. And someone had listed out how they done their short row shaping. And I just copied it. Even though they were doing a different size from me, I just copied it. And it was enough that I am happy with their result. So that was really handy because I did try to like YouTube it, but I don't think I would have been able to manage it very well, which is interesting because I done short row shaping for this collar and I just completely winged it. So interesting how I didn't think I could manage. No, that's the stand. You're not going to knock the stand over to scent it. Everyone say get a cat, they're easy. Anyway, so yeah, I managed to do the short row shaping on this one just fine, completely winging it. Whereas my brain was just like, no, you can't figure out short row shaping on a sweater, so don't try. But hey ho, we done it in the end. Moving on, I will just start with the first project that comes to hand, and it is my circular blanket. I've got this third colour, this one here. I got that finished and I have started on the 4th ball of yarn, and we got stuck in traffic, like really bad traffic the other day, and I wanted to see how much I could get done sitting in the traffic, and it really wasn't a lot considering I'm over like 300 stitches. I only got 3 rows done, which actually when you think about it, 3 lots of 300, that's pretty good to get 900 stitches done. And we were in the traffic for like, we're trying to get out of a shopping area. It was insane, the traffic, but it happens every year. But sorry if you can hear that car alarm going. There's nothing I can do about it unless it's my car. I don't think it's my car. But yeah, I'm enjoying having this to work on. It is a nice mindless project. I think I'm going to put this on my desk to work on. And I've just remembered I forgot to bring down my mitered square blanket. Now is it going to stop this time? I think the car... I'm going to check it's not my car. I am happy to report it was not my car. But yeah, so this is my circular scrappy blanket. It's going to look wild and wonderful the more I get to add to this blanket. I tend to just shove this as my go-to project into my bag because it's really easy to work out like what I was doing. Am I on an increase row? Am I on a plain row? So I have to head into the office tomorrow. I'm starting at the ungodly hour of 7 a.m. I don't normally wake up till 8. So the fact I have to be awake and in the office for 7 will be a miracle. But I'm probably going to pack this out of all my projects because I recently, you'll not really be able to see it, but I recently, that pesky way where your needle kind of catches a part of your thumb, like right in between two lines of your thumbprint, and cuts it. That is currently what's happened, and pretty much all of my projects require purling, and it's specifically on the purl row where I am catching my thumb. So I think I will take this project down the road to the office, and we'll see how much I get done. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm over 300 stitches now. I might give one of my wee sections a count, because there's like 8 sections and there's stitch markers the whole way so that you know where your increases go. So if I count one section then times it by 8, I'll get my stitches. But yeah, this is going to be a long-standing project, so I think given the fact that the knitting segments are once a month, I will show this off monthly, but I'm going to pop in a stitch marker to show what progress I've made in that month, because just because I say it's my go-to project doesn't mean I actually go out the house very much. I am a self-proclaimed hermit. I think I went out the house once this weekend. I'm going out today. I'll be out the house tomorrow. And then I'll probably be home until next weekend. So, might not get a lot of work done. Next up on the project list is a new cast on that may not remain a new cast on, and I'm just trying to get out of a little tangle. And it's so new that I think I've only done 2 rows. And it's a lot of stitches. I'm going to stop putting my iPad on the floor so that I don't have to keep giving you guys a close-up of my head. So this is... where's the pattern? This is the Traveller Shell by Andrea Renee Knits, or Drea Renee Knits. And this is the pattern in question. I want it to not show the side sections. So this is the pattern in question, and I'm pretty sure I've started all the way down the bottom here. I'm pretty sure it's top up. Sorry, bottom up, not top up. The details here says that I wanted an easy to slip on layer while travelling that was similar to the Traveller hoodie, but easier to take on and off in small confined spaces. Hello plains. This is a drop shoulder open cardie with big pockets. And I decided that I wanted to knit this with the Bo Peep yarn that I picked up at the SECC in Glasgow a couple of weekends ago. You'll have seen this yarn if you've watched the video in my I splurged video, and I have a lot of yarn for this. I have more than enough, so I picked a size that would be very baggy on me. And this has a lot of purling just now. Actually, it's going to have a lot of purling because it's not in the round, so I'm going to have to knit one round, purl back. But at the moment, it's on a 1x1 rib. So this is on hold. Has been since pretty much the night I cast it on, because I ended up working on some other things. But I'm just a little unsure whether to proceed with this or... oh, hiccup. Whether to proceed with this pattern or not. I don't regret buying the pattern. I think it is gorgeous. I just don't know if it's what I want. So I don't know. I do think it's lovely. I mean, looking at it, I think this would be fantastic for throwing on and being able to wrap up, but obviously it doesn't have sleeves. But that might be exactly what I need for when we go to Vegas. So I don't know. I'm kind of just on the fence, happily on the fence. I'm not swaying one way or the other to be like, no, I really don't want to do this. I don't want to work on it. I'm just finding other things I really want to work on. So I think I might give it a wee bit longer, give it a few more rows, and just see how I get on. Because, like I say, it looks lovely. Like, that would be such a really lovely layering piece. So we'll see. But the Bo Peep is a really gorgeous yarn. It is so soft. It's 52% Falkland wool and 48% nylon. And I did not bother to do a gauge swatch with this. I just cast on, I'm pretty sure, with the recommended needle size, which is 2.75. And we're just going to see how we get on. Because it's meant to be oversized, and I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure I picked a size bigger than what I normally would, so that should my gauge, because I'm a very, very tight knitter, should my gauge be less than or tighter than what is intended, by going up a size, it shouldn't impact the wear. And the next one I will show is my sock. I'm not convinced I've made progress on this, so it'll be a very quick show. I do my socks on 2.25mm needles, which I'm pretty sure is a US 0. My Chiaogas should say. No, sorry, US 1. 64 stitches, 2x2 rib, however many, I don't have a set number in the leg. Then I do normally a slip stitch, heel flap and gusset, decrease down to my normal size, and then I think it's like 45 rows or something for my length of foot, and then I do a standard wedge toe. So nothing fancy. It's my own kind of tried and true pattern that isn't really a pattern. And I'm doing this in the West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply Starling colour, which I think is lovely. So I think I'm going to get a couple of rounds on this done, because this is just straight knitting, and see if I can get close to the toe. I might work on this today, see how much I get done. I'd like to get one sock finished, but I won't be casting on the second because Chiaogas are very sharp and I don't want to open this little cut. I don't want to open it up again. Okay, so 2 new projects. Actually, well, the Traveller shell was a new one. You haven't seen that one. But I have 2 other new ones, and we're going to start with the smallest one, literally the smallest one. And I preface this by saying I am not pregnant. I do not want a child. I am knitting for other people. I am working on a newborn vertebrae. This is a pattern by Kelly Van Niekerk. And the baby vertebrae is a very, very popular pattern. This is free on Ravelry. You can also get it as the baby vertebrae, the kids vertebrae. Actually, it says on the back. I should just stop guessing. It says you can get more sizes from newborn up to adult. But I know there's 3. So you've got the baby, the kids, and the mama vertebrae. So I have 4 people in my life and my surrounding people's lives that are pregnant. And 3 of them are my colleagues' family. And I've made for nearly all of them. So I've made for the son and his wife. I've made a blanket for them. I've made for one of the daughters who had their kid 4 years ago. I haven't made for the 3rd child. So they're all pregnant. The 2 daughters, the son's wife, all pregnant. And then one of the people that attend my craft group is also pregnant. So Ellie, sorry, I don't know how to say your name. If you're watching, please don't. Too late, you've already seen it because this one's for you. I'm pretty much making them all baby vertebrae because I think these are fantastic. These allow, it's so open at the front that it allows for skin on skin contact, and then should baby have a little bit of throw up, hopefully it won't go on the cardigan, it will just go on the t-shirt underneath. So this also means less washing. So I've just got the sleeves to do. They're on scrap. Oh, don't say I just knotted that. I did knot it. Both sleeves are on scrap just whilst I find my 3.5mm needles. So I did change. I am a very, very tight knitter. I'm aware of that. And I'm also aware that some babies are not tiny when they're born. Some babies are quite big. And Ailey the other day was mentioning how she already thinks her baby is going to be a big baby. So I went up from a 3.25 to a 3.5, and then I think I will just take the exact same stitch counts that's in the pattern and do it with a DK weight, because this is actually 4-ply yarn. Do it with a DK weight on 4mm needles so that there's another size up. But for now, I'm really, really happy with this. I got the majority of this done on Saturday, and then I got the rest of the body and the ribbing and the front ribbing all done yesterday on Sunday. But this was the project, and the needles, not the actual project, but the needles that was the culprit for cutting my thumb. So that sucked because I really, really wanted to work on this because it was just such a fast project. I know obviously it's not done and the sleeves do need finished, but that will obviously not take too long. But Ailey is due in January, and then there's the two daughters are due in April, and then the son's wife is due in June or July, one of the summer days. So it's either June or July. So I'm working in order of who is gonna go first. I really love this colour as well. I think this is really, really nice. This is Stylecraft 4-ply. So Stylecraft Special 4-ply, and the shade is teal. So this was some yarn I recently purchased. I ordered a whole bunch of yarn together at one time, and it is good old trusty Wool Warehouse. So a good couple of colours in there. Some of it's going to be knitted, some of it's going to be crocheted, and this was one of them. And I'm really curious to see how much yarn I have left, because if I have enough yarn I might go down to the actual needle size and see, because just because Ailey thinks she's having a big baby doesn't mean she's actually gonna. Like, she herself said that she had a friend or a family member who they were convinced they were going to have a really, really big baby, and they were taken early because the doctors were that concerned of how big the baby was. Turned out the wee soul was only £5, so tiny. So I might go down a needle size and see, depending on how much yarn. So I'll weigh this once it is completed, and then I will ball up or cake up the yarn, weigh that, and see if I can get another one in, because on smaller needles it should take a little bit less yarn. So I'm really, really, really happy with how quick this project was. I don't have to, I take back that, of course, but the plan is for each of the 4 people to make at least one baby vertebrae and a blanket, and maybe a little amigurumi toy. So yeah, that's the baby vertebrae. Newborn vertebrae. I keep getting that wrong. And then my last project, see when I stopped to see if it was my car, I could have just picked up my blanket, I forgot. The next project is using yarn that I purchased at the SECC Hobbycraft event just a couple of weeks ago, and oh my goodness, this yarn feels like pure luxury. It is so soft. Do I have just an easy access ball band? No, I don't. Okay, we'll get a ball skein of yarn out. So this is the Mirasol Sisa. It is 60% wool, 40% alpaca, and it's in this very unassuming deep blue colour. And I say unassuming because I have been working with this and it is amazing the strands of fibre that are sticking out and the colour that they are coming out at. There has been hot pink, there has been electric blue, and it is just so interesting to see this yarn working up. And like I say, it is pure, it feels like pure luxury to me. It's so squishy, it's so soft. This is going to pill like crazy, but I don't care. So this is the fabric that I have just now. I'm not able to work on this just now. I can work on anything if I put a plaster on. Like I was able to knit yesterday because I would put a plaster on my thumb. But like this is just delicious. I can't get over how incredible this yarn is. And I am making the anchors sweater by Petite Knit. And my mum has never knit a pattern in the round or sweater in the round and wanted to give it a try. And so we were doing a wee knit along, just me and her. And she is a lot further on than me. She's like here on the body. She's split for the sleeves. And I was very late to the game because I was lazy. I did not want to swatch. And I ended up swatching. So the pattern actually calls for, I think it's 4mm needles. I'm on a 5. So it's really a good thing that I swatched because I had to go up I had to go up 2 needle sizes to get the gauge that I was happy with. And I gave this a try on yesterday. I had it on a much longer cable, gave it a wee try on, only coming to about here. And I'm on the last knit one purl one section. And then from there I can do a few more increases, I think, before I split for the sleeves. But I honestly, once I get this onto straight stockinette, I think I'm actually going to block it because Mum, don't shout at me. I'm going to be tight on yarn. And I unknit my swatch. Like I ripped it back so that I could use every single drop of yarn. Because I actually think I'm going to do like 3/4 length sleeves. I think that would look really beautiful in this jumper. And it's got nothing to do with the fact that I might be low on yarn. I don't know. I found a hot pink strand. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it. No, it's just here. It's like hot pink. But yeah, I've got no idea how this yarn reacts having been being blocked, because like I say, I unraveled that gauge swatch and started knitting instead. So we will see. We will see how it reacts. I don't know if it's gonna like grow that way. I know it's going to definitely grow widthwise. What I want to figure out is how it's going to grow lengthwise, because that will determine where I split for the sleeves. Because I'm determined, absolutely determined to get the fit on this spot on. I want a jumper that fits so good instead of just being like, it's alright. So yeah, this is the Marisol Sisa fantastic yarn. Honestly, so happy I got a second pack with a different colour, because it's just so scrumptious to work with. The blue is bleeding a little bit because I had a plaster on. Like, I could see it in like my nails. It was discolouring my nails, but I had a plaster on yesterday, and because the plaster was against the fabric, it was like moving with the fabric or moving against the fabric. My plaster was blue by the end of it. So yeah. Right, I guess I will pause and pick up my mitered square blanket. I only have like 3 squares to show. I've really not been working on it. I don't know if I've fallen out of love or what, but it's just not been receiving a lot of love. So just 2 seconds and I will go grab that. Okay, so that's the blanket grabbed, and these are the only squares I've put on since this stitch marker here. And this is the Coziest Memory Blanket by Kemper Ray for anyone that might be interested. And I am working this all in scraps. And for anyone new, I'm trying to go solid, variegated, solid, variegated, solid, and so on. And then the opposite underneath. So if I had a solid on the row before, if I had a solid on the row before, I have to go variegated for the row above. And if I had a variegated on the row below, I go with a solid above. So yeah, I only have 3. You can bear, like, I literally picked the worst stitch marker for that last one. Literally picked the worst colour, but I got 3 squares done, and that's okay. I am content with that. I have knit extra during the other weeks, so I am still well above my 1 a week target for the year. So yeah, maybe I will fall back in love with this project, but for now it is on the back burner. I was getting a lot more love when it sat on my work desk, just getting like a row done in between like calls or meetings or whatever, or just getting a whole block done on a call. I don't normally do phone calls in my job, so that's why I'm able to get so much done during a call, because they're not actually like, I don't work customer service or anything. So yeah, maybe this does need to go back on my desk to get some work done instead of the sock, but we will see. I'm not desperate to work on it. It's not like my body's like, I want to work on that blanket. So it'll get done when it gets done. It was always going to be a slow going project, that's for sure. But yeah, I don't have any other, I don't know if that was actual words coming out there. I don't have any other knitting to show off. I think I've made quite a bit of progress, considering I do split up my crafting. I've been doing a lot of crochet, which I'll show off hopefully next week. But I've been undergoing a lot of tests with my GP practice recently. Might be getting like referral to 2 different specialists, which is going to be fun, hepatology and hematology, because they figured there's something wrong in my blood. Yay. And then they figured out there's something wrong with my liver, but it runs in my family, so I'm not concerned about that. And then the joy is that after 12 years of being on my Crohn's medication, they have just decided to take me off it. I say they've just decided, like, I mean that time-wise they've just decided, not in a derogatory. They've just decided on their own. They can do a test with my Crohn's medication to see like if we can future-proof, and it's a type of metabolite basically, and they see how it breaks down when it comes to the condition, so Crohn's, and how it breaks down in the body. And unfortunately for me, it has recently decided to start breaking down toxically in my system. And so that's not good. Nobody wants that. And obviously, to save my health, they have taken me off of it. But they've not put me on anything else. They've not replaced it with a new medication. So I am now self-managing my Crohn's disease, which is going okay, actually. I feel fine. I've been off my meds now for just over a week. What helps, I think, is a huge high stress situation that we've been having for the last six-ish months has now gone. That's not my thing to talk about. That's a family member's health situation. They've made a decision not to pursue treatment, basically, and we are living with that. And so now there's no stress about getting them to appointments and the next tests and blah, 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 blah. So that definitely helps. That helps keep my stress levels low and therefore not triggering my Crohn's. But we'll see. It's all I can do. I can contact the department at any point if I do start getting sick, and they'll give me an appointment and we will go through the options for medication. But for now, I am off my Crohn's medication, which should help my hair grow a lot better. Like, it's very slow going. I feel like this side's really poofy. Like, it just sticks out. So I'm hoping by being off that medication, my hair will be nice and healthy and grow, because it was a form of chemotherapy, so it done some disastrous things to my hair. But yeah, it's just now kind of like one of those things where we've just got to wait and see. And knitting and crochet is definitely going to help bring any stress levels down. I have kind of moved department in work as well. So it's still within the same team, but I'm now on a completely different side of the team. So that's going to help bring my stress levels down. So that's nice. So yeah, we will see. We will just have to wait and see. But I'm going to call it quits here. I'm going to go eat something. It's 2:15 and I haven't eaten, and I'm planning on leaving the house at 3. We'll see how that goes. I've got washing to hang up. I've got food prep to put away in the fridge. I've got an Oogie to like get her to forgive me for hiding her toy. Honestly, because it's got the bell, it would have just been so annoying. I need to decide a project for work. Probably again the blanket, because I could put a plaster on. I might just put a plaster on and then take one of the purling projects. I really want to get past the next purling section on this, so I think I'll take that. And maybe the traveller shell? Can you see Oogie's outline? This is Oogie. She's on her cat tree, and the section she's in, you can see here, right there's like a sticky up bit. In the section she's on, it's got like a wraparound fabric. Instead of just a circular platform, it's got a wraparound fabric on, I'd say like 2/3 of this platform, and it starts low and it gets high as it goes around to the back. And it's got 2 cat ears. So what was sticking up, because the sun's starting to go away again, was the cat ear. But the mound is a rolled up Oogie. Sorry, that amused me. It always amuses me when she gets her shadow on the wall. Anyway, I have some chores to go do, food to put in the fridge and the freezer, projects to put away. My chair is now covered in projects. I need to make sure my laptop is all packed up, and anything else that needs done. Playtime with Oogie, maybe some treats. We say that word very quietly. She knows that word. But yeah, Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please do hit the thumbs up button and hit subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. No pressure. You can, you can't. Entirely up to you. I can't make you do anything. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Next week we will hopefully be talking about crochet, and boy do I have some good crochet to show off. I finally got my gingerbread kit. I am working on my first baby blanket for one of the 4 pregnant people, and yeah, we got some good stuff going on. But until that next video, thank you so much for joining me. Please do stay safe. Why can't I say that? That's not the first video I've struggled saying that. Stay safe, have the day you deserve, and talk to you later. Bye!